And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing Space Engineers. Oh, it's glorious. I got the weld ship done. It is all ready to go. I might want to add a projector block somewhere in there. I could even plop it. I'm not sure how big it is for the small station. I could probably look at that. Programmable projector. Okay, so it is pretty small. So I could pretty easily put it, you know, right down, like right in here or something, and be able to project the blueprint, so to speak, of the vessel to repair it or whatnot. But we'll get to that later. Pretty sure we'll get to that later. I definitely want to use that process. For now, though, let's begin our mining ship, and this thing is going to be pretty massive. So I want to see, I didn't want that. I wanted inventory. If you only have 40 steel plates, I'm gonna need a few more steel plates, I think. Steel plates. Just grab as many as I can for reasons. Okay, so I would like to give ourselves a little bit of height here. I'm not sure just how much height we're gonna need, but I would like to have a little bit of wiggle room when it comes to how high to make this thing. Okay, so the big question is, how many mining drills do we want on this beast? I'm thinking a 2x2 system of mining drills will be good. So we need to see how many blocks wide a mining drill is, and that will tell us just how big to make this thing. So if I do DRILL, mining drill, heavy mining drill, this baby right here. It's glorious. Look at this thing. It's beautiful. Okay. So on this, it looks like it is basically 5 total, 5 wide. So with that in mind, I want a gap of 2. It's going to be an odd number, but that's okay. We don't care about that. So I want a gap of 2 in the middle. That's where the cockpit is going to go. Or maybe we should do 1. Should we just do 1? Gonna kind of make the cockpit a tight fit. Yeah, let's just do 1. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is not necessary, this one here. Okay. So that also means we go 4 up. Let's go 2, 3, 4, 5. So that square there is going to be a drill. That square there is going to be a drill. Then we have a gap of 1. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just like that. And that is going to be basically the front of the ship. And it's just going to be a lot of... Now we also need to figure out where... let's try to get this thing... Okay, so it looks like the conveyor system is right in the middle of the block. So we need to pay attention to that. Let me get back into my body here. So this block right here essentially has to be a conveyor connection. So that one right there. So that is one face for a drill right in there. So we have 2, and then 1, 2, leave a gap, 2, more. And then we are going to, with the gap right here, we're going to do some special shenanigans with it. So I think number 8 is the junction. So we want definitely a conveyor junction right in there. So that is 2 drills worth of material right there. Now the next part, I might want some thrusters in here, but I think let's put those away. So if I do this, okay, so that is a single block high, but I think these ones, yeah, these ones are beastly. Or number 4, yeah, these are a single block. Because I want some I need some stopping power for this. This thing is going to weigh an obscene amount when it's full. So I need, you know, a lot of thrusters, not only to move the ship around, but also when it's empty, but also when it's full of goodies for us. And I want to then figure out, okay, so if those are the extents of the drills, we're going to want basically to come in, let's go back to here, go back to there. We're going to basically want to come in one on each side here. So there's a gap between the drills, because the drills do mine more. I mean, there is a radius to them, so they definitely drill plenty. We could build right out to the edge, but it makes for a very, very tight fit when it comes to actually mining everything out. So I like to leave a gap. That way I can slap thrusters on the side, like way back here. I can throw more thrusters in and not have any problems at all. So if we want, we could come in, and I want right in here. Since those are already mapped out. So that is going to be the body, you know, the main volume inside the ship. We're going to have plenty of room for storages and whatnot. I'm not going to do, obviously, any refining on the ship, just because, yeah, I've already got 16 advanced refineries on home base here, ready to rock. So we really don't need the refining on the ship itself. It's mainly going to be, you know, moving around massive amounts of materials. Okay, so I want to make sure we are right in line with another conveyor right smack in the middle here and here. Also, having a gap in between the drills allows me to put in some lights, which I know a lot of people want very, very badly. Okay, so there is another 5x5 there. Let's put in some more in here. Yeah, I'll go check out those unknown signals later. Ooh, I think I actually I think that was placed wrong. Yep, that's placed wrong. Needs to go right here. And then this needs to go right there. Okay, how about this one? Yep, this one... Actually, no, this one might be... Nope, this one's wrong too. Okay, so let's quickly repair that. So 4, this goes here, and then 8, this goes here, and then I need another row all the way around. All the way around like that. Okay, that. Oh, I need another set over here as well. There we go. And that gives us ample space to, not only because the cockpit is going to go right smack in the middle right here. So I actually want to grind this down. This one need to come out. And now that I have the frame over the side, I can take a couple off here. And I'm going to take a couple off there. Just because we need some thrust in there. And some lights and whatnot. So lights can go like on the outside, so that one way up there, that one down there, and that one down there. Those can be spotlights, and that should do quite a bit of lighting up into the cave that or the asteroid, whatever we mine out. So the other thing is the welding ship. I actually got the connector and everything working. It just was a little derpy inside. I had to use let's see where these here, these here conveyor frames. So there are conveyor frames connecting the first storage with the second with the connector, and everything works out great from there. So yeah, we are well on our way. I also put the welders on the front, and I connected them up to the mouse, which basically all I need to do is go to weapons and tools instead of groups. Weapons and tools, and then you drag down the welders, and then just hitting the mouse builds them. So it's a way, if you got a lot to weld, you can toggle them on and off, but you're more likely to fry yourself. There we go. Now the drills themselves are going to require a gross amount of material. There we go. That is the basic design. Let's get the back here welded up just to have a little bit of extra support. Not sure about the connectors there, but those kind of have to stay for a little while. And I can always grind them down. I mean, they're just steel plates. So, all right. Oh, there's one left up here. There we go. So yeah, the drills are going to take a extreme amount of steel plates to weld up. So let's look at what this is. So yeah, steel plate 18,000 plus 4,000, so 22,000 steel plates just to weld one of these, and we're going to be putting in 4. So just for reference there. Okay, so let's make sure these are going to go in. I got to make sure we can actually place them. It's like so. Okay, put those away. Get back in my body. So yeah, there are the drills. Those things are massive. I mean, you can just expand this. If you want, you can add a whole nother layer. You can go around the whole thing again, leaving a gap, because gaps are fun. But it's just, I mean, the amount of material we're going to get out of these, it's going to be rather substantial. So, oh no, not an interior light. I thought I hit 4. There we go. So I want to take, now that I know where the body is and where our cutoff is, we're gonna plan to have this thing be a giant ship. This is gonna be huge. So yeah, that is the gist of it right there. It's gonna be massive. Okay, so basically, again, we want to line ourselves up a little bit here, and then turn dampeners off. So we need storage, we need conveyors, we need reactors. We need some way of, I'm not sure if we want to get rid of gravel or stone right away, but you can definitely include a way to get rid of that if you so choose. Oh. The dangers of drifting out in space. That would be kind of nerve-wracking, turning your jetpacks, or turning your maneuvering thrusters off out in space. Be like, well, I hope they turn back on again. They don't error out or something, because you just be drifting out in space with no way of moving, or I guess you'd slowly drift towards the planet and you'd enter the atmosphere, and that would not be enjoyable at all. Oh. 4. Yep. So this comes all the way out. The reason I'm not going all the way out to the edge like that is we're going to use slopes to slope around, and then we're going to use the armor thruster slopes to meld in as much with the system as we can. So let's look at this more or less straight on here. I could go further back. I don't know, you know, the final size of this, but when we're getting close to it. So 8. No, that's that. We want 8. Yeah, I'm gonna have a conveyor here, and the cockpit is gonna go right on top of that. So I want the cockpit out this way here. Alright, so do I have that in here anywhere? There it is. The reason I put a conveyor there because I want the cockpit to connect to the conveyor network. Because what we're going to do is we're going to include in this system a oxygen generator and oxygen tank. So we'll be able to sit in the cockpit once we get a little bit of ice. We'll be able to sit in there and, you know, not worry about oxygen. And speaking of oxygen, how much do I have? Oh, okay, I've got lots of oxygen. Good. All right. So yeah, thruster-wise, we're gonna need quite a bit in here. So maybe I should add some more of those, plus some spotlights. So let's see, where would they be? I know they're probably in here somewhere. 2? Yeah, I knew they were in here somewhere. So a spotlight there. Spotlight there. 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 You just got to be careful with the drills. You don't want to build too far out here, because the drills, their digging area is pretty large. So if you build too far out, the drills will just bust off what you actually put in there. So the next thing we're going to want, we need to connect these conveyors up. So I think, let's see, 8. Okay, we want 1 here. I think we're going to want 1 here, here. Just because these are going to come down and in. These are going to come down and in. And then we're going to have storages. Just a gross metric ton of storages in here. So, yeah, I think... I mean, I could... If I did them right here. I think, yeah, this is the best place for them. So, I'm going to tear that one down. Okay, let's get at least some of this stuff back here welded up, so we can plan out some more. Try not to hit those miner or those drills, because wow, would those consume pretty much all my resources. There we go. Okay, now I want to get a little closer to get that cockpit. Okay. So, now, let's back away a little bit. Alright, well, that is the start of some glorious, glorious building right there. We're going to be mining like crazy. But that'll have to do it for this episode, and I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.